Hello everyone, welcome back to Trains on Tuesday. As promised, we're back in the shed for one last time this season. This will soon be coming apart. As you can see, things are looking pretty sparse on the layout. Good reason for that. Today we're going to take a look at some items that I recently acquired. I'll give a little bit of history on them as we go. Just a few things I know, like our numbers, and because I can read it off them, and a couple of the items I can date as well. So we're going to take a look at that, and once we've looked through those items, we'll take a break while I set things up here and get a train or two. Probably won't get all 4 lines running today, but we'll have a little running session to finish up. So let's get into the goodies. Okay, some items that date back to, well, right back to 1956 in the very first Triang catalogue. Some platform pieces here. I've got a right and a left curved end. So that's our 64R L and R64R, and 6 platform sections, R53, 63, sorry, R63. So quite a good platform there. And this is a little hut for a crossing gate keeper. A man who just sat in that hut and waited for trains and opened the gates and closed the gates for traffic to cross the road, across the railway. That's R72, and that's had a hole drilled in there, I assume to put a light in. The chimney is currently just taped on the side here, pops in the top there. So that's the first set of items. Okay, again dating right back to the mid-1950s with this one. This box is in lovely condition. This is, if you can see that, it's R73 Island Platform Canopy set. There were 2 of these sets amongst the items I got. The advertising signs are really good condition. They're not chipped at all. Triang Toys, Lines Brothers Limited. That's that one. And this one here is Frog and Penguin Model Aircraft. Beautiful. So we'll get that assembled up. 2 of them. And we'll be having a look at that. Now this box here, not quite such good condition, and somebody's written on it, buffers, and that's what it says on the end. 6 R103 buffer stops, but that's not quite what's in it. There's the 103, I think. That's quite an old one, and that's been glued down at one point. Right back to the 1950s. There's 3 of these in here in various conditions, and then there's one of these, a much more modern one, and this I think fits on the System 6 track, whereas these will fit I believe the Standard, the Series 3 and the Super 4. Next up, again the box is not in too bad a shape here. Only part of the label there. Anyway, this one here is the R75 water tower. Now I've got a few water towers already, 2 or 3. This one came in a slightly different brown, slightly different colour. That was the thing with trying, they were just made variations in colour, and it just added a whole new level of excitement to the railway. Now this one here, the box is a little rougher. One end flap or fold is missing, but this here is the R66 Porter's broom. There we go. And there's a price tag there, which looks to me like either 13 and 9p or 17 and 9p, which is quite expensive actually. Maybe it's 11. Somehow that that 1 or 7 or 3 is a little bit bent, shall we say. So there we go, and it came with the chimney. I have a few buildings with chimneys missing. I'm rather hoping I can find somebody with a laser printer that will make me some chimneys. More beautiful condition advertising. TCC condensers for TV and radio. This one here looks a... no, it's not. I was going to say it looks a little moth-eaten on the side, but it's not. Trying Railways, Britain's best models. And what appears to be the Princess locomotive. Okay, moving on, we're into something a little more modern. This is a Hornby box. Not recommended for children under 36 months. Oh dear. In today's safety conscious world, they would have to reprint that. Not recommended for children under 18 years. 00 gauge scale models, Hornby Railways. Made in England by Hornby Hobbies, Rovex Limited, Margate, England. And this, again with the price tag, which I can't really understand because it looks to me like 810 or 850, I don't know. Anyway, this is the R140 signal gantry, but it's not just the R140 signal gantry. There's a lot of things in here. So we'll start digging in and see what we can find here. Actually, I think what I'll do is I'll pause the video and get this out, set it up, and then we can look at it. Okay, there's a bit of a cluttered look there, but anyway, we got two distant signals. These are metal bases with plastic signal poles. Two distant, two home signals, and a gantry. And there's special meaning to these signals being set up the way they are. Might get into that later in the video, but might be difficult on this particular layout, so that might be something to wait. Also included in there was a beautiful Triang R143 loading gauge. It's got a little bit of a bend to it down, and I'm reluctant to try to straighten that. Had to pause there for a moment because my greenhouse heater kicked in and I had the door open. Anyway, I gotta make some space here before we can move on to the next item. Okay, a little more space there now. Now this next item is something that is totally new to me. I'd never seen one of these before, but here we go again. A Triang box, little tatty around the edges, but this dates back to the 1950s. Quite a high price on there. This is the R170 BR level crossing, electrically operated, and the price on there was 27 shillings, which in the mid 1950s was quite a chunk of money, quite a bit of money. Beautiful old cardboard box. take a look inside. So we've got our spare parts, spare memory wire, and other bits and pieces here. Now let's have a, gonna have to move the camera here so we can see this. Maybe I can prop it up on something. We'll borrow one of the boxes here. There we go, now we can see it a bit better. So here's all the gates and some spare fish plates, rail joiners to those that aren't familiar with the term fish plates. So there's gates, a set of gates anyway. They're spares. Some spare pieces of rail. And down in here, complete with gates, is the crossing. This thing's quite heavy actually. Quite heavy. Double track, nice wide highway, roadway. Got the lamps on there, the red lamps. Just absolutely superb. Underneath it's a big metal plate, and I can see some springs down through some holes here. Exactly how it works I don't know, because I haven't read the instructions, but there we go. I do not know the exact dates for that, but it is standard gauge track, so that takes it back to the 1950s. Okay, our next box, not a trying box, but it's got pictures on it to show what's in it, so let's get at it. Something I'm really pleased to see here. Chatham signal box R61. That's had that rectangular hole cut in the bottom of it, again for lights. I don't know why lights couldn't have been put up through the round hole, but anyway, there's that one. And something which I think is very precious. This has been glued to a platform or something, but it seems like an acetate plastic, and it has warped a little bit. You can see some warpage in there, but it's in pretty good shape for what it is. I don't have a number off that, or do I? Oh yeah, there it is. It's on the back, not on the bottom. R69 Trang, made in England. A little newsstand, and of course on the bottom, if we can read it, ooh, what's going on with my focus here? Well, I'll read that to you anyway. Along the bottom here it says, read the Railway Modeller monthly, 1 shilling and 6pence. Super. Here we have the steps to the footbridge and the end posts and the bridge deck itself. There we go. Pedigree prams, the world's best baby carriages. Yeah, certainly something that I knew of in my young days. On the other side, Penguin Clockwork scale model boats. Lovely. I'll have that set up soon. And we have a manual crossing here. Again, standard gauge track. So I'm going to have to pull some track apart somewhere here to try and fit this in. But anyway, that's that box. Now these items that we've looked at so far would have been available individually, but in what I think was quite a remarkable piece of marketing for the time, because this, the the station set showed up in the very first catalog, 1956. This is R81. R81 station set. Absolutely precious this is. Now there's more in this box than what originally came in the set, as you will see. In the lid we have, gosh, the light is really playing havoc with me today here. We have many of the items that we've been looking at today. The level crossing gatekeeper's hut, bottom left there, the newspaper kiosk, ticket office, we haven't actually seen a ticket office yet, porter's room, the signal box, the bridge. And here is a photo. This is actually a real photograph, glossy photograph of these items set up. This is taken from the 1956 catalog. And there we can see many of the items. This set came with two of these little walls and signs. This one says Bristol. There's a pair of Bristol ones there. There's at least one that says Waverley. So Bristol's in the southwest, Waverley, Scotland. There's also an Ipswich, a little bit damaged, that one. And a Margate. Now all of these carry the number R68, I think is that. Oh, I could be wrong. I can't see it well enough. There's also a couple of these little signs, but nothing on these signs. I don't know if that's 68 or 69 on there for those ones. There's another awning that fits on the front of the station building. We'll get to that in a moment. A couple of short end ramps. Now I had never seen any of these before. R65. So there's two of those in there. Station approach steps, and we got some more signs there. More pedigree prams and blue coal antifreeze. And there's the that's a different Triangle Railways one, because that's got the Ginty on it. Yeah. Okay. Another sign. Two more chimneys for the buildings. Here we have the little porter's cabin. Now I don't think this is the original one out of this box, because it's in the red plastic, which I think came along later. R62. That one will put his chimney in if we can. There we go. This one takes a little bit of work to get it out. There we go. There's our station building, ticket office. And the advertising on this one is Exide batteries on one end, and Lion's Maid, smoother, sweeter, richer ice cream. Haha, beautiful. Now there's other parts in here too. We've got another R64R and an R64L, and deeply below those we've got another platform set, and there's another one over here. Now that has what looks like a price on it, 4 shillings and 9pence. Seems like a lot for a platform section, but I don't know. Maybe that's correct. So there's that one. What else is lurking below here? I'm sorry, I'm looking at what I'm doing and not pointing the camera in the right direction. And there's an awning for the back of the ticket office, and that is that. I'm going to tidy up a little bit and we'll have another look at it. So here again is a look over the items. I've set the bridge up together, set up the platform awnings. This is everything except for the electrically operated crossing. And as I say, these things have recently come my way. Now here is a photograph of all of these items, all except for the electrically operated crossing. Everything that I've shown you is there in that photograph. Well, there's also an engine in the photograph, a tank loco under the bridge, but I didn't get that. Wow. Okay, I'm going to take another break. Oh, one more thing before we go. Before we take the break, there is another picture from the catalogue showing all of these items. This is from the catalogue, I believe the 56, 55, 56, 57 catalogue, somewhere around then, showing all of these items. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, I'm going to take a break, set as much of this up on the layout as I can, and then we'll get a train or two running. Now for today's running session, we've got my Triang Princess Royal, number 46200, in BR Maroon, along with a couple of LMS maroon coaches. And way on down at the other station down here, another station, because I've got lots of stations now. By the way, all of this stuff is, none of this is what I had on here before. Anyway, down here we've got a cute little train. My Ginty, a couple of coal wagons, and a guards van. Now, the Ginty might go all day because it's got a good load of coal. But the poor old Princess is running without any. That's another thing that needs 3D printing, replacement coal sets for the Princess locos. Okay, well, trying again. It's going to be noisy, so here we go. I actually kicked the bucket there. Ginty don't want to go. We'll give him a little push. How about now, Ginty? Alright, here we go. Well, we've got the signal set wrong for the Ginty. Let's get that corrected. There we go. Now we're running correctly. Oh, high-speed Ginty. It looks faster on the video than what it is, or does on the layout itself. There we go. So that's it. Off out into the real world we go. Oops, I forgot to turn the lights out. That's better.